Shannon. Thanks so much for tuning in. Right now we are at STEM Salon, which is the salon that I work at in Walnut Creek, California. And I am going to be showing you how I put a really loose bend in the hair. I feel like a couple of years ago, the really popular thing for girls with short hair was to do just like this messy bend. It wasn't even a curl. It was just like this really loose kind of like almost like a wave, but not really. Like it truly was just a bend. This is how I get that messy bend with long hair. So it's pretty easy. This is actually really perfect for anybody that only has 5 or 10 minutes to do their hair in the morning and wants something that isn't quite straight, but it's not curly. This is kind of a way to achieve that perfect day 3 or day 4 curl without having to go those first 3 days with a really tight curl. So the first thing that I will do is I will use Mystify from Orbe. This is just a restyling spray. It's heat protection, it's reparative, it's just really good in the hair. So I will spray my whole hair from above and from underneath. And this is gonna help keep your curl and keep your style, as well as if you're restyling it a few days later, this will help. So after I spray that, I am just going to take a brush and kind of get it through. The reason I like doing this curl is because there's really no way to overthink it. So I will just section off the top from the bottom. I'll go right above my ears, clip the top up. I'll work on one side first and then the other. But my hair is pretty much blown out. I do have like a little bit of that wave in the back, but we're just gonna ignore that. I always start in the back. You can do sections that are a little bit bigger. I'm gonna take my first section and I'm gonna take my iron, and this is the Bionic Pro Long Barrel. This is my favorite iron. This is the only iron I ever use for any kind of curl that I do. But this is a 1 1/4. I will open up that clamp and kind of use this like a wand. So I'll do like 2 1/2 curls around, kind of towards the top and center of that hair. That top is gonna be totally left out, and so are the bottoms. So I'm just gonna let that go, and you can pull on it a little bit. This is my first bend. That I'm just gonna throw over my shoulder and move to my next piece. Same thing. So I'm gonna open up my iron and place the hair on. Do like 2 1/2 curls, and then just kind of pull my iron. So when I go down, I'm pulling on the iron that's in my hand, I'm pulling it down the hair, and then the opposite, when I'm pulling it back up, I'm pulling on the hair that's in my hand. So just going like that, just heating up the hair super evenly. This technique is also really good for anybody that is used to using a wand instead of an iron with a clamp. And dropping that out. So that's just that bend. And then my last one. So 1, 2 1/2. Okay, that's my last one. So here's all of these. I'm gonna let those cool for a minute. So then I'm gonna move around to this side. I hold my iron behind my head for this. Just this one that's like kind of in the middle of the back of my head. That's just the easiest way for me to do it, but yours might be to bring your arm around the front of you. Just kind of depends. So that's been on for a minute. I'm gonna drop that. Then my second. So it might be easier for you to just bring your hand around to the front. And then just kind of moving the iron on there, letting it sit for a minute. Okay, and then dropping that. Here's my last one. The nice thing about this too is that it can be so not uniform. So if some pieces get curled more than others, you're totally fine. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of the thick dry finishing spray from Orbe on my curls a little bit to cool them down, but also to give them a little bit of hold and a little bit of texture. You do kind of want to plan to use either a little bit of hairspray or a little bit of just like a dry finishing spray like this, just to make sure that it holds, because when something is so loose like this, it relaxes a lot faster. I'm going to work on the top. I'm just gonna work one side first, then the other. Starting in the back, a big section, 1, 2 and a half. Okay, and then drop that one. Pick up my next one. And all of my sections too are very vertical. So I'm literally just slicing through like that, and each one of those is like a section. And then drop that. Next one. There's that bend. Okay, I'm gonna leave my front piece for last, but I'll go in and spray a little bit of thick. I'm taking a section from the back here. And with these two, you can kind of alternate directions. Because of the fact that it is a bend, you're not gonna see any kind of pattern anyways. And so, yeah, do whatever is comfortable. And if something looks really funky when you take it off of the iron, don't worry. You can always go back in once it's all brushed out and grab pieces that you don't like or like wanna recurl or anything like that. But don't be super concerned, because nothing is going to look like how it looks coming off of the iron. Truly, especially not with this. 3 pieces left. Awesome. All these curled pieces right here, lightly spray. And then I'll do my 2 front pieces. I like them to be really, really drapey and in my face, almost like faking a curtain bang. You want to bring these front pieces all the way towards the center. So when you curl, you want to be curling them and holding the iron right here. If you do them closer to like the center of your forehead, they are going to sit, I think, a lot prettier, and they're just gonna give you a really nice face framing. And I'm gonna hold my iron pretty vertically, right? Okay, and then let that out and kind of pull on it. Usually your front pieces curl a lot better because those are usually the most damaged, and damaged hair holds curl really, really well. So be careful with these. Sometimes, like if you have a ton of breakage in the front, turn your iron down like 40 degrees this side. I'm gonna go right in there, and 1, 2 and a half, and then let that out. Kind of pull on it for a second. See, like this piece is already a little bit too curly for me. I just want a little bit extra on there, I guess. So I am just going to take my iron and flatten that out. And taking thick, just on the fronts, kind of shake it out really lightly. See how like it all looked so crazy when it was like still cooling, but now it just looks really, really soft and like barely there. Just makes it look a lot softer, a lot less structured. It doesn't really look like you like curled your hair. It just kind of looks like, oh, she might have like had it in a pony or something for, you know, a day, and then when it took it out, or when she took it out, she had kind of like a loose, like messy bend. But I really like this. Sometimes what I will do is these like end pieces, I'll curl like a couple just really loosely to give it like a little more interest at the ends. But I really like how it is. Think of yourself as like the Bob Ross of hair. You just kind of want to go with the flow. Nothing should be like super structured. It's just bendy. So really what I like about this hairstyle is that it takes no time and that it kind of looks like, you know, you just kind of rolled out of bed with curls that you did the day before that, or the day before that, or the day before that. It looks really undone and just kind of like soft, not structured at all. Anybody can do it, like easy and summery. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and I hope that you learned something. I hope that you can utilize these tips and tricks and this technique to give yourself a really soft, relaxed bend in your hair. And make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more of all things hair, and comment below if you have any questions. But I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.